Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel for your second GBFC video of the day. In today's video, off the back of Chelsea's win yesterday, I wanted to kind of do a video that I've thought about doing for a while, but I think over the course of this pre-season, over the course of seeing how Chelsea have dealt with their transfer business so far this transfer window, I feel like now is the perfect time for me to make this video because we've got enough examples now of the work that Thomas Tuchel has done as Chelsea manager for me to be able to say what I'm going to say today with any kind of conviction, but at the same time, you guys know what I'm like. I like to make bold predictions a little bit earlier, and then when I get it right, I'm like, I told you so. It's just something I've always been like as a kid, as an adult, whatever it may be. Today, I want to talk to you guys about why I believe Thomas Tuchel might end up going down as Chelsea's greatest ever manager, which is a massive statement to make because Jose Mourinho, a man who I absolutely adore. When he went to Man United, I was a bit like scratching my head, wondering how I felt about it. When he went to Tottenham, I was absolutely disgusted. I remember being on the rooftop of my old flat building in London, and I was distraught. I had a dreadful day when Mourinho took over at Spurs, and then I quickly remembered that it's Tottenham. We might dislike them, but they're just not a very good team. So it didn't really matter, really, and he ended up leaving Spurs, and now I absolutely love the man again. Jose Mourinho bought Chelsea our first Premier League title in 50 bloody years. That is a very long time. And then he bought the second one immediately after. Comes back a few years later after an unfortunate sacking with a draw at home to Rosenborg in the Champions League. Comes back, wins the league again. Maybe not the same Mourinho as we were first used to, but Jose Mourinho is widely regarded as Chelsea's greatest ever manager, followed pretty quickly by Antonio Conte, people say, Carlo Ancelotti, Di Matteo, obviously, for winning the Champions League, and already Thomas Tuchel as a Champions League winner, FA Cup finalist, and Super Cup winner. So, a lot of people say that Thomas Tuchel is already second in the list of all-time Chelsea managers in only 7 months in the job, which is just absolutely outstanding. And I want to know what you guys think about this. Before I give my 5 reasons, in the comments down below, let me know, in your mind, as a Chelsea fan, where Thomas Tuchel stands in the order of your favourite or the best Chelsea managers of all time. Now then, I have 5 reasons why, and they're kind of a mixture of looking forward and characteristics and things that we've already seen that give me the confidence to be able to say that I think Thomas Tuchel might end up going down as Chelsea's greatest ever manager. I'm also very well aware that this kind of video is a massive banana skin, knowing the way that Chelsea operate, the way that Roman Abramovich operates. As soon as things start going a little bit sour, a little bit pear-shaped, it all ends and then the cycle begins again. After Frank Lampard, I just know that's the way it's going to be. However, with the young squad we have now, with what we've seen in 7 months of Thomas Tuchel, I don't think it's going to happen here. I think this one could be very different. Now then, point number 1. Thomas Tuchel, when he came into Chelsea, had done his research. Within a few weeks, we had a very good idea about the players that Thomas Tuchel liked, the players that Thomas Tuchel didn't like, and there was also a respect for the job that Frank Lampard had done. Whenever he spoke in interviews, he spoke very respectfully about Frank Lampard, even though Chelsea was seemingly in a bit of a mess at the time he took over. He didn't come in and be too arrogant in the sense of like, well, Lampard did a bad job, I've got to come in and try and steer this ship to safety. It was more of a case of he had a plan, very, very clear plan in his head about how he wanted this Chelsea team to play, the personnel that fit that bill, and he eliminated some people. I say eliminated. He didn't play some people and he played others. And I'm speaking specifically about Tammy Abraham, who at the time, Chelsea's number 9, Timo Werner wasn't scoring goals, but you saw that Timo Werner, in terms of the style of play that Timo Werner has, it fitted the Thomas Tuchel system that much better, which therefore meant Tammy Abraham got frozen out, and it is simply because Tammy Abraham is not the kind of player that Thomas Tuchel likes to work around as a striker and to fit the system that he saw this Chelsea team playing. And I really, really love that Thomas Tuchel managed to do all of this in such a short period of time. We move into the second point as to why I believe Thomas Tuchel is the perfect manager for Chelsea, and that is the way that he demands order. He absolutely has his way of being, and he expects everybody to comply with the training regimes, with the style of play. You can see him on the touchline. He's very vocal. He can be very animated. He never ever stops. And everyone says that he is incredibly demanding. However, at the same time, when you're a manager who's incredibly demanding, it is a characteristic that all of the best managers in the world have always had. There's not been a manager in world football who doesn't go down as one of the very best, who has never not demanded the most and the best from his players in training, off the pitch, away from football, and on the pitch during the 90 minutes of football matches. Thomas Tuchel is no different, and I love the way that he manages it, because you can see he has a very close bond and relationship with a lot of the players. He puts his arm around people, he's laughing with people, he's joking with people. And I think it's really important that when you are this demanding and players can get a bit frustrated, especially the ones that aren't playing, that's the key thing, you know, to keep everybody on the same page, going towards the same goal with the same intensity is very difficult sometimes with those players that aren't necessarily getting the same amount of minutes as they would like to. Point in question, Callum Hudson-Odoi. Definitely isn't getting as many starts as he would like, but Thomas Tuchel's made it very clear that he values Callum Hudson-Odoi, sees him as a big part of this Chelsea squad, and as long as he keeps working, he will get his opportunities. We move into point number 3, and it is the 3 at the back system. Some people say that, and I've said it too myself, Chelsea should try and go to a 4 at the back system in order to try and accommodate more of the attacking players. I feel as though what Thomas Tuchel is doing at Chelsea, developing players like Callum Hudson-Odoi into a player who can actually fit in that right wing back position, I think this could be one of the key things for Chelsea. Many people say that because we played 3 at the back last season, we won the Champions League with 3 at the back, it can become a system that is very predictable. But I don't think necessarily predictability is the biggest thing that could inhibit Chelsea from winning trophies, because I think the actual quality of the playing personnel that we have and the tactical nuance that Thomas Tuchel implements game on game depending on the opposition, I think the most important thing for this Chelsea team is trying to utilise the qualities of certain individual players so that they can happily play out of position. Again, I keep bringing it back to Callum Hudson-Odoi because I think he could be a very important cog in the long-term plan that Chelsea have here. Christian Pulisic as well, naturally a winger, loves to drift inside. So therefore, what we saw yesterday against Crystal Palace, both Mason Mount and Christian Pulisic alternating between one another, giving them the opportunity to go central when they can and also play off the left, play off the right, makes it very difficult for opposition defences to know what is coming. So I think the 3 at the back system is actually going to be favourable for Chelsea because of the sheer quality and numbers that we have throughout the squad with varying different technical abilities. We move into point number 4. And as a football fan who always loves to get involved and look at the interviews, here's the doggy. Mason, come here. Staying in another hotel today, guys. Enjoy the bamboo behind me. Thomas Tuchel is incredibly charismatic. The way that he carries himself in interviews is amazing to watch. I always say the same thing when it comes to footballer interviews, manager interviews. It is one of the most monotonous things to actually endure because every single time there is a response that kind of comes from a list of like 3 or 4 potential options of how said player or said manager can actually reply to the interviewer's question. Thomas Tuchel is very smart within his interviews. He plays up to the fans in a very organic kind of way. He says a lot of the things that we want to hear, but it doesn't seem as though he's forcing it. It seems as though he really understands the connection that Chelsea fans have to the club, things that we want to see from certain players, and bonds and connections between players and with the manager that we can see that he actually elevates and speaks about within interviews. And I think the way that he gives depth to his answers is a really, really good sign of the smart depth of intelligence that Thomas Tuchel has as a man. Now, if we imply that and connect that to being able to tactically maneuver and manipulate a Chelsea side who might end up coming unstuck, you know, teams might figure out a way to play against us. I believe that the depth of character of Thomas Tuchel and the way that he deals with people is going to be absolutely key to making sure if Chelsea go through a spell of bad form or a little bit of a rut, or we get found out, I think Thomas Tuchel is going to have a plan B and maybe even a plan C and D in order to keep Chelsea ticking. The final reason that I believe Thomas Tuchel will go down eventually as Chelsea's greatest ever manager is that he's already a winner. Not just at Chelsea. In his previous jobs at PSG, he always overachieved when he was in Germany as well. Paris Saint-Germain, winning the French league, I mean, whatever. Didn't win the Champions League, but he's now won it at Chelsea within 4 months of taking over, or 5 months, whatever it is. It's an incredible achievement. And I always talk about being champions of Europe, and I go into it a lot. You guys know that, because I just absolutely love to milk it until at least next May. Or if we win it again, might as well just tattoo it on my forehead forever. But Thomas Tuchel is a winner. 2 trophies in his first 8 months as Chelsea manager breeds confidence into the players, breeds confidence into the coaching staff, bleeds confidence into us as fans. And I think that the momentum that Chelsea are building, what we saw yesterday, I honestly think we're going to win at least another trophy this season. I honestly believe that from the bottom of my heart. Thomas Tuchel, Chelsea's manager, I absolutely love the bloke for all of the reasons that I've mentioned in today's video. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments down below. It's a bold statement. He's already going to go down as a legend no matter what happens from here on out. But I think he could end up overtaking Mourinho as the greatest Chelsea manager ever. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for all of the love and support on GBFC videos this week. I've uploaded more videos this week than any other week here on the channel. Hang on a minute. Let me show you something. Mason, come here. Come and see everybody. Look at the size of this absolute mongrel. Look at him. He's actually not a mongrel. He's a pure breed Dalmatian. Mason, what do you think of Thomas Tuchel? What do you think of him, sunshine? What do you think? You like him? I love this dog to pieces. But anyway, going to wrap up this video here. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and I'll catch you guys later. Come on, you Blues.